Welcome to the Geeks and Greeks podcast, where we bring in the latest and greatest in the world of sports. We couldn't be more thrilled to kick off this exciting journey with all of you. In this podcast, we'll dive into everything from game recaps to news and hot takes. Whether you're a diehard fan or just someone looking to stay in the loop, there's something here for everyone. So grab your favorite team's jersey, settle in with some snacks, and let's get ready for an adrenaline-packed ride through the world of sports. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast. We got a full episode today from QB Survivor to winners and losers. We got Dave and news, Geeks and Greeks news, state of the NFL, and much, much more. Before we get into all that though, how's this week been for you guys? Because for me, it's been an absolute shit show.
Oh, sorry to hear that, man. My week's been pretty chill. My kids came back this week, so they were at their mom's last week. Whatever, switch off. But and it's just been chilled at home. A lot of cooking, planning for Thanksgiving. Normal chilled November week. What about you guys?
We're planning for our big New Year's vacation that we have. We go down south with my sister and her family and make a week of it, and it is a lot of fun, and I will be recording from down there. I'll be kind of neat.
Nice.
Tom and his mobile telecom setup.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, we this week we got our first official snow of the year in Indiana. So woke up Sunday morning to about a good half inch to 3/4 inches of snow at least.
That's so fun.
We had got an inch or so, and then
I'm
Sunday
jealous.
morning I woke up to a completely dead computer where my charging port and battery just decided to take an absolute shit on me. So I've
That
been
part
fighting
I'm not
all week
jealous
with that.
about.
Yeah, I've been fighting with that all week. So for those at home, if my recording is weird this week, this is why. Because I haven't recorded my phone because I'm still having issues with it. So I'm resorting to Plan C.
But that brings us into QB Survivor.
And now it's time for QB Survivor.
QB Survivor, where every week we choose a quarterback to eliminate until the end of the regular season, where we find out who is the QB Survivor. This week, Dak Prescott and Patrick Mahomes have golden immunity because they're on the bye. Pete, who are you giving your immunity to?
All right. Well, I kind of feel a little homerish doing it, but he won his game. I know his stat line sucked, but this was the first 0-0 first half of Monday Night Football since the iPhone was invented, boys. Since the iPhone was invented. This was not bad offense. It was not bad offense at all. It was really great defense. And honestly, someone needs to put Peanut on trial and hold him accountable for inventing that stupid punch. Okay? This is not boxing. We need to ban the Peanut punch. I'm making a thing right here. Just ban it right in Green Bay's stupid little face. No punching in football. This is not boxing.
So you want
Jalen Hurts.
You want to get rid of the Peanut punch and the tush push. What in the heck is going to happen to the Eagles?
No. Just the Peanut punch. Keep the tush push. Just the Peanut punch. It's unblockable. That's their argument against the tush push, right? It's unblockable. The Peanut punch is unblockable. It's an unblockable move. What are you going to do? It was a perfectly balled up fist, just pops that ball right out of there. Penalty flag. Let's go.
That only counts if it's Mahomes getting the ball stripped from him.
Mahomes or Hurts. I'm okay with just those two.
Adam, who are you giving your immunity to?
Thankfully I don't have to worry about a homer pick this week because there was no embarrassing game to have to watch. But mine is gonna be, dude, there was a couple bad games this week. There really were. I think the worst one for me though was Justin Herbert. 220 yards, one interception, no touchdown, or one touchdown, no interceptions, but he was sacked 5 times. And I don't know if it was the offensive line just getting wrecked or if he just wasn't this making good decisions. It was it was bad all the way around. Only a 31.4 QBR. It was a toss up. I had a couple other people, but like Herbert just didn't have a great game this week. But I feel like that was a kind of a theme for the entire week in the NFL, to be honest with you. A lot of guys just had bad weeks. And maybe just because I'm biased and I like Herbert, but I kind of want him to stick around for another week.
I had 2 guys on my list for immunity, and Pete took my first. So I'm going to go on the other side of the ball. Jordan Love.
Oh,
You son
man.
of a bitch.
I think that Jordan Love had a bad game, but it was in no small part to the Eagles just completely wrecking his world with 3 sacks and a fumble. I think that he's a much better quarterback than that performance would lead you to believe. And
Even 25 people.
Yeah. But moving on, Pete, who are you nominating for the chopping block?
Since I can't pick Jordan Love because he really was my number one. So actually, I'm putting up Josh Allen. Buffalo Bills, baby. Let's go. 2 interceptions, and they were bad. Like, I didn't
Really
watch the whole
bad.
game, but I know he did interception in the end zone. Plays like that are why you lose games. Maybe it wasn't the only play that lost him the game, but, he did pretty terrible. And he lost a fumble. But honestly, the biggest reason he's number 2 on my list is he lost to Miami. So, Josh Allen, you are on the chopping block.
Not just lost, they got like destroyed.
Yeah, they did. They did.
13.
Like, yeah, man.
Adam, who are you nominating?
I don't know, because you guys took all of my QB eliminations. I'm out of guys. I had Allen, Hurts, and Love as my QB elimination picks. You guys suck.
I got 3 more on my list if you want one of them.
Well, now I got to go to people that.
How about the guy
Yeah.
who's out for an unknown amount of time and he's
Nah, 'cause he's supposed to come back this week, and honestly, his replacement played really well this week.
that's not on him though.
Yeah, we gave Jaden Daniels a lot more leeway, and he was hurt a lot more than CJ was.
Which, by the way, you hear he's trying to return?
Yeah.
For
CJ?
what?
Jaden?
Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
For what?
Pride.
I guess. I guess because it's not his throwing arm. I guess I get it.
I was gonna say, like Carson Wentz came back with his shoulder issues too. I'm like, for what? I'm like, well, he's playing for a contract, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, a career, really, at this point.
Yeah.
See,
I'll at least give Wentz credit. He played it out as much as he possibly could to gut it out and to show at least something. So I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, that does
But-
kind of show me that Philly just got to him, though.
Yeah. I guess on the chopping block, I want to put up Lamar Jackson. He really did have a bad week, and he's now questionable this week with the knee injury. But 176 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack. And again, it was a bad week. And again, we had a lot of guys just with bad weeks this week. And again, it sucks to put him up this early, I guess, because it feels like he should be a guy that survives later. But sometimes with this, you have a bad week and it can catch up to you. So
All right. If I gotta give CJ Stroud latitude, which I really don't want to. All right. I guess I will put up Sam Darnold. Yes, I know he won. And yes, I know he won by a large margin, but he had an interception, a sack, and 2 fumbles. Hold on to the damn ball.
I could say the same thing to Jordan Love.
I mean, yeah.
But he wasn't. But Jordan Love only had 1 fumble and no interceptions, where Sam Darnold had 1 interception and 2 fumbles. Way worse.
Yeah, but Jordan Love also didn't break 200 yards passing, and he didn't have a touchdown.
Neither did Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's 178.
Yeah.
So he was the same as Jordan Love, at 176?
Yeah, but his team beat the pants off the phone.
They were up at like 28. He didn't break 178 because they didn't have to.
Yeah.
Pete.
Either way.
Who are you voting off, and you can't pick Josh Allen?
So the funny thing is Sam Darnold was actually my second choice for save. So I can't vote for him. And Lamar Jackson was actually my emergency third or fourth choice, rather, for elimination. The funny thing is it's for the exact same reasons. Like Sam Darnold, it was like you have under 200 yards. You had, the 1 interception and the 2 fumbles. I know someone's going to come for him. But he beat a divisional opponent by 22 points. Like, it was crazy.
That's
and then
true.
at the same time, Lamar Jackson, less than 200 yards. Technically, he had a fumble.
Not officially.
And it was recovered by the Ravens. But I think I got to go Lamar Jackson on this one.
Ah, crap. All right, Adam, who are you voting for? And you can't pick Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I got to go with Josh Allen. He was my number one with the bullet for elimination this week. I mean, you can't play that bad and lose that bad to the Dolphins, who one of the worst teams in the league. And it just felt like I was watching rookie Josh Allen. This was a severe regression, and it just felt weird. And it almost kind of felt like this was one of those games where, because they spent so much emotional energy beating the Chiefs last week, that they're just like, yeah, we're good this week. We'll kind of just show up and go through the motions. And this is what we got.
And I mean, not for nothing, it's a divisional loss. And I know Miami's not in any danger of making the playoffs, but they still matter in tiebreakers.
They're not winning the division either. New England has the division. So, I mean, this also matters a lot when it comes to playoffs, because New England still has the division now by 2 games, I think, because New England also still won this week. So it's still an important game, but it just felt like they spent so much emotional energy beating the Chiefs that they just had nothing in the tank for this week.
Classic trap game.
Yep, you beat me to it.
It's like when the Patriots would play the Dolphins back in the day, and the Dolphins would always somehow sneak a victory out at the end of the year against them.
Yeah.
And that's my vote too. I had Josh Allen with a bullet, but Pete beat me to it. Interception, 3 sacks, and a fumble.
It probably wouldn't have been as bad had they not lost so badly. Had it been a closer game, it probably wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been so much. It just wouldn't have been as bad.
See, it wouldn't have been so bad, but it still would have been bad. I mean, if you lose to the Dolphins at all, that's just awful.
Yeah, but it's one thing if you lose to the Dolphins by a field goal, but if you lose 30-13, and you play like that.
But Josh Allen, I'm sorry to say, you're off the island.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were assassinating people to take them off the island.
Hey, Josh Allen won't go quietly. Okay.
That's kind of what it would probably take to get him off the island, to be honest with you.
But that brings us into winners and losers.
It's time for winners and losers.
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
You are one pathetic loser.
Winners and losers, where we here at the Geeks and Greek podcast predict a team to win next week and a team to lose next week. We can only choose a team once for the year, and at the end of the year, whoever has the most points wins. This year, we're turning up the difficulty by adding the rule that the winner and the loser must be from the same division. As always, the winner and loser must be from two different games. Last week, Pete went with the AFC West with the Broncos to win over the Raiders. Holy crap, just barely. 10-7. And the Chargers to lose to the Steelers. Unfortunately, the Steelers take this one 10.
And then Adam gives Justin Herbert immunity.
Adam took the NFC North with the Lions over the Commanders. Sure did. 44-22. This was a beating. So this is the game. This was big news because the man taking over. What the hell did I write here?
Were you drinking when you were taking your notes too?
Oh, here it is. Dan Campbell took over play calling for John Morton. Some people are saying this was disrespectful to John Morton or the Commanders. Who's to say?
I mean, I guess it matters internally, but if he's not comfortable with the play calling that he was doing, then take it over and do the job better if you think he can.
Yeah, I mean, when it's all said and done, your name's on the line, you know?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if I'm in charge of the team and my job is on the line and I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep my job.
This was also the game where Darren Payne of the Commanders punched Amon-Ra St. Brown and got ejected and suspended for one game.
He punched him in the helmet too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like,
so dumb.
What kind of person is like, oh, look at my hand made of like gooey flesh and brittle bone. Let me slam it into the hardest plastic I can find as fast as possible.
See, I think he did this on purpose because next week they're playing in Madrid against the Dolphins, and he just doesn't want to go.
I mean,
like, fuck it, guys, I ain't going to Spain.
Maybe he doesn't have a passport.
I went to Spain one time. I almost didn't get out. I ain't never going back.
I got warrants in Spain.
Damn, but you do.
It involved the running of the bulls and a lot of tomatoes. I'm not going to talk about it.
At least it wasn't peanut butter.
That's the only two things I know about Spain is they have like a citywide tomato fight once a year and the running of the bulls. Those are the only things I know. And they speak Spanish.
And then Pete took the Packers to lose to the Eagles. Yes, but that game was rough.
I mean, I did take that, but not in this game. That was that.
No, that would be me.
Sorry. Yes, we're in Adams now. Adam took the Packers to lose to the Eagles. I did that on Monday, too. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Did you guys watch this game? Because Jesus Christ, this game was nerve-wracking.
Oh, my God.
I did not because I don't have the ability to.
Yeah.
It was tough. It got my blood pressure up. I swear.
I don't drink on work nights, especially like if I'm going to be up late and I'm not going to get a lot of sleep. It's late. The game, it's getting really stressful. And then here I find myself eating my second bowl of cereal. I'm like, holy shit, I'm stress eating. This game is so bad. Stuffing my face with freaking Fruit Loops and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I can only imagine if this was like 15 years ago and we were all hanging out at Pete's house, like at the Hannah Street or something. My God, something probably would have gone through the TV at some point had the Eagles lost.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Moving on,
man. Dude. Like, no, I didn't get a chance to watch it just because I don't have ESPN or ABC at this point.
Yeah,
because I'm just too cheap to buy one of the damn antennas.
Nah, I get it. The antennas, they work out pretty good. I got mine from, an unnamed store that has a big blue W as their logo. And it was only like $10, maybe.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
I really should just get one. I never think about it till I want one. And then at that point, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go get it.
Yeah. See, last year I had trouble getting Fox and a buddy of mine had Verizon. And so he let me use his password so I could just log into it. So when the Eagles are always on fucking Fox. And so I'm like, I'm not doing this year. I'm not relying on my friend. Like, before the season starts, I'm going out and I'm buying a stupid antenna just so I can watch 29 when the Eagles are playing on Fox.
I always seem to buy a new antenna around Super Bowl time, and now I have a drawer full of antennas.
What are you hoarding them for, man? There's the
I
thing
don't
called
know.
trash
I
can.
just forget I have them, I guess.
Until he opens the drawer to get it to throw the old one away. Like, oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. There's like 15 of them in here.
It's really bad when I buy the same antenna 3 years in a row, and I'm just like, wow, these are exactly the same.
We're going to find you on the side of the road with a bunch of antennas in a briefcase trying to sell them out of the back of your car. Be like, come on, man. I got 25 of them. I got to unload them soon. Let's go. How about $3 an antenna? Let's do it.
I bought this antenna for Steelers Cardinals. Who wants? But for winners and losers, I took the NFC South with the Panthers to win over the Saints. Nope. Couldn't pull off that easy victory. 17-7. This is what I had such faith in the Panthers, but let me down. And then I took the Falcons to lose to the Colts in Germany. Thank God that happened.
Yeah, that game was rough.
Barely.
Yeah, this was back and forth all the way into overtime, and with just a few seconds left, the Colts ran it in for a touchdown. I was like,
Who would have thought, looking at the schedule, that this would have been so far the best overseas game we got?
yeah.
I mean, hey, and you know what? At the same time, if it would have ended in a tie, they're used to that. It happens in soccer all the time. So they're perfectly cool with ties.
Yeah, it was a tie. We could have blamed it on the stadium. It's just
Yeah.
tie juju. We don't want it.
Yeah. I mean, in soccer, it happens all the time. So they're used to it. So they wouldn't have been disappointed. They're fine.
You know what was super funny is seeing Colts fans wearing clothes that are very specific to soccer fans. And it's just that's just not how football fans dress. But they're wearing all the scarf and the hat and all that, and with Colt stuff on. It was like, I like that. That is cool.
It's cute. Now paint your face and take your shirt off like a normal person.
Yeah, they didn't get those fans yet. And now Spain is stuck watching the Commanders and the Dolphins.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't worry, we'll get the NFL hooligans going on.
Not until we get good teams consistently.
But after 10 weeks, Adam pulls ahead with 12 points, and I'm close behind at 11 with Pete keeping pace at 8.
I would not call that keeping pace, buddy.
He's keeping pace at 3 behind.
I'm quarter of a season behind. Yeah, doing terrible this week.
Shoot. Adam, who are you taking in week 11?
All right, so this is where things have gotten a little bit interesting and difficult because there was a couple different divisions where I was looking at taking them, but the two teams I have left are playing each other in said division.
Yep.
For example, the AFC South, the Titans are playing the Texans, and those are the two teams I have left. I'm like, well, can't take that game. And then I was looking at another one, and I can't remember what it was, but I was like, I forget. Somebody was playing the Chiefs, and somebody else was. It was Cleveland and Cincinnati, and I'm like, I'd have to take either Cincinnati or Cleveland to lose, and I'm like, both were playing playoff contenders or Super Bowl contenders. I'm like, I'm not picking either one of these teams to win, so got to find somewhere else to go here.
Yeah.
So I have to return to the NFC West,
Okay.
and these are both divisional games. And so I'm taking the 49ers to beat the Cardinals. And the 49ers are only a 2.5 point favorite to beat the Cardinals, which is kind of interesting coming off the drubbing they got from Seattle last week, that they're only 2.5 point underdogs in this game. Which means I'm also taking the Rams to lose to the Seahawks.
All right.
That is hard.
Right. But at the same time, the line is the Rams are only a 3.5 point favorite.
Yeah.
So it's not as if the Rams are heavy favorites in this game.
Seattle's been playing really well. I mean, I know it's the Cardinals. They're not the greatest team, but they did just blow out the Cardinals this last week. So, I mean, I think this game right here is going to say a lot about who wins the division too. So,
Yeah.
at the same time, I really couldn't choose the 49ers to lose to the Cardinals because I just didn't believe in that. So, but yeah, so those are my picks. 49ers to beat the Cardinals and the Rams to lose to the Seahawks.
All right, Pete, what division are you taking this week?
Well, good news I'm hearing out of Adam is that I'm about 5 points away from catching up double time this week. Because I had a similar problem, right? I really wanted to pick the Jets-Patriots game, but they're the only two teams I've picked in that division, so I can't pick either one of them, and it's a 17-point spread, of course. But this brings me to the AFC North, where we've got some nice spreads here. So we got the Ravens of 7.5-point favorites over Cleveland. So not to confuse anything here, I'm picking Cleveland to lose to the Baltimore Ravens specifically.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So I had it written down in my notes that I was going to say Cleveland lose first, but then of course my dyslexia kicked in and I started reading in the middle of my paragraph for no apparent reason.
So who's your winner this week?
So this of course means I am picking Pittsburgh to win. So they're only 5.5-point favorites, but at least they are still pretty solid. And I was able to pick good spreads and with the spreads. So let's go. Catching up this week, boys. Tom, make some terrible picks. Let's go.
So you're picking Pittsburgh this week?
Yeah, Pittsburgh and Cleveland to lose.
Yeah. See, I had Cleveland and Cincinnati, and I'm like, I'm not picking either one of these two teams to win.
I don't blame you at all.
So, like, if I could pick both teams to lose, yeah.
Yeah.
So with my pick, I thought you guys would really appreciate that I chose the NFC East.
Hey, look at that. You know, it's interesting because we did it 3 weeks in a row now, and Adam meet Tom. Look at that.
So, coming off the bye, I think the Cowboys have got it in them to beat the Raiders. So, come on, Cowboys, don't let me down.
I feel conflicted about this game all of a sudden.
And if I got to pick a loser in the NFC East, you know I'm going with the Giants.
Yeah.
The Giants to lose to the Packers. Because, you know, those Packers, they're going to show that NFC East who's boss, and they failed to do it against the Eagles, so they're going to take it out on the Giants.
Yeah. Especially now that Jameis Winston's going to be starting at quarterback this week.
I know.
That popped up on my feed at the last minute.
Yeah. Like, I feel bad for Jackson Dart. Like, he started, 6 games this season?
I think that's right.
Something like that.
And he's had 4 concussions in the 6 games he's played.
We'll get into that later.
I didn't even think about that. That's actually pretty terrible.
Yeah.
But moving into the next section of the podcast, a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, what's up? Before we continue our show, I want to talk to you about our new sponsor, Dubby. You ever feel like you need that extra oomph to power through those late night study sessions, clutch those game wins, or finish that epic video edit? I know I do, and I finally found something that actually works without the jitters or the dreaded crash. Let me introduce you to Dubby. That's right guys, we're partnering with Dubby and we're seriously hyped. Dubby is our new go-to energy drink and it is a total game changer. What makes it so different is first off, and this is huge for me, Dubby has no artificial dyes, plus it's all completely sugar-free, so you don't get that quick energy spike followed by a massive crash, and the taste is absolutely amazing. Dubby comes with a bunch of different flavors, such as tiger's blood, green apple, strawberry pineapple, plus limited time offers that do go quickly. I'm currently obsessed with the tiger's blood myself, but they're all really good. Alright, so how do you get your hands on this stuff? Head on over to dubby.gg and use our code GEEKS10 for 10% off your entire order. That's dubby.gg. Seriously, guys, go give it a try. You won't regret it. We love this project, and I'm sure you will too. It's definitely been a game changer for us, and I'm stoked to be sharing it with the rest of you. Now, let's go ahead and get back to our show.
Moving on to the next section is the state of the NFL. All right, we are halfway in, well, a little more than halfway into the NFL regular season. So it's time to take an assessment of the league, starting with the AFC East. The Bills are 6-3. Adam and I had them making the division, while Pete had them making the championship. The 2-7 Jets, the 3-7 Dolphins. Pete had them getting the wild card. And then the 8-2 Patriots, with Pete being the only one who had any faith in these guys making it to the wild card round. Thoughts on the AFC East?
Patriots on a 7-game win streak, I think. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
Shit's crazy. And I know they've had a pretty easy schedule, but they are so much better than I was expecting to be. And you are your schedule. Play who you play. They're 8-2. They deserve it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give them credit. I remember when we were first doing our predictions for the playoffs and stuff, I was torn between them, and I think it was the Broncos or Chargers for the last wild card spot. And I thought they could make a run. I didn't expect this, but I mean, I thought they were building something, but I wasn't expecting it to be already ready.
I was listening to a podcast this week about it, and they compared them to the Eye of Sauron, and they're like, an old foe arises from the east. Beware of whispers in the dark. New England is coming.
Oh, that makes it sound like Belichick is going back to New England.
Whatever it is, man. When the New England is dominating the AFC East, it's bad times. I'm not a Patriots fan.
No, neither am I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just think about it. Their quarterback is only in year 2.
I know.
I feel kind of bad about not liking the Patriots, because everyone I dislike about the Patriots doesn't work there anymore.
Except for Kraft.
Robert Kraft.
And Robert Kraft is the least offensive person to me about the Patriots.
Well, I mean, that's because you're not a masseuse in Miami.
Fair.
Moving along to the... wait a minute. Where is it? There it is. Allegedly. Okay. All right, moving along to the AFC North with the 4-5 Ravens, the 3-6 Bengals, the 5-4 Steelers. The only team in the AFC North is the Steelers with a winning record, and then the 2-7 Browns. 4-5 Ravens, we had on varying levels of success in the Super Bowl.
I still think they can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I don't think that this team is I don't think that they're gonna be, bad. I think they're still gonna make it.
I mean, they haven't lost since the bye. Lamar's back. I know he's again injured. Hopefully it's nothing. He could get back there.
Yeah.
I think there's still life there.
And plus they have a crazy easy schedule for the next few weeks. They got Browns, Jets, and Bengals in their next 3 games.
Yeah, and I mean, December is Aaron Rodgers' busy month, right? He puts on that red suit, goes around to everybody's house, gives them some presents.
I don't know if red is the right color he puts on for Christmas, but I thought December was his darkness retreat.
His darkness retreat. He's just gonna disappear.
The peyote and whatever else. Moving along to the AFC South with the 4-5 Texans, the 5-4 Jaguars, the 8-2 Colts, whoop whoop, and the 1-8 Titans. Where'd the Colts come from?
It's a good question.
It's that rookie Daniel Jones that no one had really ever heard of or seen play real football before.
I barely knew his name before this year. It's kind of nuts.
Now, I have to ask the question. Do you think it's Jonathan Taylor is an amazing running back that makes Daniel Jones look good, or is Daniel Jones a good quarterback?
I think it's more of Jonathan Taylor being an amazing running back and taking a lot of pressure off Daniel Jones. So I don't think Daniel Jones was ever a terrible quarterback. I think he had weapons in New York. They just didn't know how to utilize it.
Yeah, his name was Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I mean, they had stuff in New York. Like it's not as if they were short of competent offensive players. This is why I never understood why he always looked just so lost on offense. And also too, I think we're kind of seeing sometimes guys just need longer to develop in the NFL. I mean, look at Baker Mayfield, look at Sam Darnold. These guys all came in the same draft.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I definitely see a lot in Jonathan Taylor. He's having a career year for any running back. This would be a career year, and I think there's a lot of wisdom to that. But I think you're missing the fact that like you're winning by big margins. I mean, you had the Broncos game week 2 where you won by 1, but like every other win is by like 5 points or more. Like
Yeah.
you're winning
I
by
mean,
almost a touchdown every game. I think your defense is better than.
That's true.
Yeah, and we'll say the same thing as we say with New England. You can only play the teams you have in front of you, which, like New England, they've had bad teams to play in the beginning of the season. We'll see what happens in the back end because they have better competition in the back end of the season. So we'll see what happens when they play a little bit better competition in the NFL.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see in that regard. But yeah, the defense has helped because they've had shorter fields. It helps when, they have good receivers. They don't have any one great. They have good receivers. You have probably, honestly, I'd say at this point, the 5th or 6th best tight end in the league as a rookie because Tyler Warren is insane.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
So, and then you have probably the 3rd best running back in the league behind Saquon.
I'd definitely say top 5.
Maybe, Christian McCaffrey. So 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's top 5 easily.
Yeah, I'd say top
People
5.
just kind of forget about him because the Colts have been so bad the last couple years. People just kind of forget about him. But he's consistent. He gets around 1,000 yards every season.
He's the only reason my fantasy football team has won any games this season.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a good team that was a quarterback short, and there's no one thought that he would play this well.
This is yet another example of my ongoing theory that the Giants are a bad team, and they can get good players on their team, but then they screw it up. They don't know how to utilize the talent they have. And I think that might be to the detriment of Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo.
And Malik Neighbors for that matter.
And yeah.
I mean, look at Odell Beckham Jr.'s career.
Oh, gosh.
He was really, really good, and he kind of floundered after he left the Giants. He never won a Super Bowl, if I remember correctly, right?
I don't think so.
I mean, he played because he was playing when Eli was there, and when Eli was still like good. This is where I think, we'll talk about it later. I think the Giants the right thing, honestly.
But before we get to the Giants, we have the AFC West with the 5-4 Chiefs, the 7-3 Chargers, the 2-7 Raiders, and the 8-2 Broncos. The 8-2 Broncos just muscling out the Colts for the best record in the league.
Honestly, to me, the biggest surprise in this is how bad the Raiders have been. Like, I thought they'd probably be last in the division. I didn't expect them to be this bad. Like, I thought they'd be around at this point, like a 4 or 5 win team. I didn't expect Geno Smith to fall off a cliff like this. Like I wasn't how good he played last year. I didn't expect him to play this bad.
I mean, not for nothing, but don't they have Chip Kelly as an offensive coordinator?
Yeah,
Like, coming from a seasoned Eagles fan, when Chip Kelly was in Philly, he didn't let his quarterbacks call audibles. And now I know he's not a head coach, but that mentality is part of the reason why Sam Bradford and Nick Foles looked identical when he swapped them out, because he didn't let them call any audibles and just forced them to run the plays that he had, and they couldn't change anything when they were reading the defense. And I'm wondering if he's not teaching the quarterback properly. Like,
No.
he's instructing him poorly in practice, and that's why he's regressed. And he's like, don't do this, do that, and then it's the wrong thing to do. Because he clearly has a bad instinct when it comes to quarterbacks, is what I'm getting at.
yeah. It's possible. I really don't know, but like I said, I didn't expect Las Vegas to be, like I said, this bad.
Yeah.
Like it looks like they're almost not even to me. There's games where they look worse than Tennessee.
All right. Real quick, I want to jump on the bash Chip Kelly bandwagon. If you don't let your quarterback call audibles, you are seriously tying down the hands of your offense. And that is like one of the... All right, perfect example. How many people know what Omaha means?
Richard Sherman knew what Omaha meant. That's about it.
No, seriously, everyone has
Omaha
heard
Productions.
Everyone has heard Omaha, and it's because Peyton Manning said it all the time.
Right.
And that is a perfect example of an intelligent quarterback changing plays and getting things sorted based on what he sees. If the quarterback is going in blind and it's like, well, it doesn't matter what the defense is doing because I'm doing X. And if they're planning for X, well, I guess I'm fucked.
Yep. And that's exactly what happened to the Eagles after the first 10 games. Chip Kelly was good for 10 straight games. And then all of a sudden, everyone was like, oh shit, he only runs 4 plays and he doesn't let his quarterback check out of any of them. All we have to do is defend 4 plays. Speaking of Richard Sherman, he said it the best. He was like, somebody asked him if he was afraid of playing Chip Kelly. And he was like, this is the NFL. I can defend 4 plays myself. I don't need the other 10 guys on the field.
That was so disrespectful.
But it's true. I mean, and the thing is he wanted it to go fast. And so he had all these little funky signs that he would hold up on the sideline. He'd hold up like a cheesesteak and like a color wheel pointing to the color yellow. And we were all supposed to know what that play meant. And everyone had to look over to the sideline and then look back and then snap it immediately because he wanted it to go as fast as possible and can't have any audibles. There's no time to check out of plays or even read the goddamn defense so you don't throw a freaking interception. Like, we're not allowed to do that. No. Chip Kelly's the mastermind.
Now, remind me, there was someone on the Eagles defense, and I think it was Jalen Carter. He was like yelling out loud what the Raiders were about to do before they did it. And then they just all went and laid out Geno.
Man.
There's a hilarious video of this on Facebook.
The Eagles didn't.
That wasn't this week. That was the Packers game this week.
That was the Packers game. You're right.
Yeah, that was Jalen Carter, but that was the Packers game. And he called out what they were doing, and they met him 3 yards deep in the backfield.
Yeah, that's right.
I saw that video and I was like, that is hilarious.
Yeah.
But moving on to the other side of the fence, we'll start off with the good teams with the NFC East with the 3-5-1 Cowboys, the 7-2 Eagles, the 3-7 Commanders, and the 2-8 Giants. The Eagles being the only team with a winning record in the NFC East. Congratulations, guys!
Nice. And it's like not even close.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a runaway train. This division.
Yeah, I don't. And honestly, even in watching Commanders games this year, even if Jaden Daniels was healthy, I don't think they'd have a winning record anyway. Honestly, I really don't.
I think they would
Like,
they may be better than the Cowboys, but I don't think they'd have a winning record because
barely.
they might have pulled 2 games out of the fire, but not 3
Like I said, even if he's
or
healthy,
4.
right now they're sitting at a negative 57 point differential. They're not getting that much better with him at
No.
this point. Like, the Giants technically have a better point differential with negative 56. So it's like, it's insane. I don't know. Like, this season has been weird. Although I will say, I called Dallas's season. It was like, who knows what to expect? It could legitimately be anything.
Yeah.
And like, we're seeing the fruits of nothing at this point. So, coming out of the bye, it'll be interesting to see what they do this first week. So, especially after that trade for Quinnen Williams,
So
I'll be interested to see. So, I'll be interested to see what they do with some of these sets. But at best, they might get the final wild card spot. But that's gonna be about it.
I was just going to ask if The Fruits of Nothing was going to be the name of your documentary modeled after the Grapes of Wrath. It's like Dallas Cowboys season with Grapes of Wrath style. Just Fruits of Nothing.
Jerry Jones 2000, The Fruits of Nothing.
The Fruits of Nothing. To talk about the Eagles just a little bit, I wish they were more put together. The defense in this Packers game was so good. And on both sides of the ball. I'm no hyperbole. It was not bad offense. It was good defense on both sides. And it was a really hard fought game, and the Eagles barely squeaked by. And I don't know what the hell happened at the end of that game. It was kind of nuts. We called a timeout, and then they still let them kick the ball, even though we called a timeout. And then instead of kicking the ball, they run a play, and it was nuts. But the Eagles find a way to win. They always say good teams find a way to win. I really like what we did on the trade deadline. This game alone, we had one of the guys, I can't think of his name, on the defense already making, I think it was Phillips, already making an impact.
Phillips?
Yeah, he already made an impact, had let me see here. Yeah, 2 QB hits, a fumble recovery, tackle for a loss. And yeah, that was it. No sacks. But a fumble recovery in your first day as an Eagle is pretty damn good. And they're already making an impact on the defense. That was our biggest hole. The only way we won this game was by having a better defense.
Honestly, the defensive issues that we'd seen this year honestly didn't surprise you when you lost as many defensive guys in the offseason as you did.
Yeah.
It wasn't that surprising.
And to Pete's point, the Colts had a similar experience with Sauce Gardner. The first game he was a Colt, he was this close to getting an interception, but it just didn't quite land his way. Oh. But he did break up a pass, so good on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny with defensive backs, sometimes it's hard to really judge them based off stats, because the best ones don't have stats because they don't throw the ball there.
Yeah.
They talk about, they didn't have very many interceptions or tackles or passes defended. I'm like, yeah, because the best ones don't throw to that side of the field.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you're doing your job, that quarterback doesn't even see that receiver as an option because you're covering him so well that he's like, well, I'm moving on to the next guy. And that doesn't even get calculated.
Right. That's why guys like Champ Bailey or Dion or, Aqib Talib or, Darrell Revis just don't have stats a whole lot because they shut everybody down.
Yeah.
Period.
And that is why it's called a shutdown corner, because they shut the whole side of the field down. It's not a knockdown corner. It's a shutdown corner.
Yeah. Right.
Moving on to the NFC North with the 5-3-1 Packers. the 6-3 Lions, the 5-4 Bears, and the 4-5 Vikings. A little bit better with the winning records on teams in here. Yes.
Bears are 6-3, dude.
Are the Bears 6-3?
Yeah.
Bears and Lions are tied at 6-3.
No, I have them losing to the Vikings, Lions, Saints, and Ravens.
ESPN has them at 6-3.
They beat the Saints 26-14.
You're wrong, Tom.
Fine.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll have to make a note to fix that.
But no, I mean, I honestly don't think that the Lions and the Packers are that surprised. The Bears are the most surprising in this whole thing. Like, Ben Johnson has figured out something to do with Caleb Williams. Like, he's making his athleticism finally work for him. I say finally, he's only in his second year, but like last year, he took so many sacks. This year, I think he only has 18 sacks on the year. Like, he's dropped it a lot, which is good. I mean, we're seeing that kind of progress. And the team overall is playing better. So, I mean, we might unfortunately be stuck seeing Chicago in the playoffs this year.
I mean, maybe it'll be interesting to see if it lasts because they have a kind of a brutal schedule coming up. They got the Vikings, the Steelers, the Eagles, the Packers. Then they get the Browns, but then they're right back at the Packers, Niners, Lions. They're back half of the schedule.
Yeah, they've got a buzzsaw in the latter half of the season.
Yeah. And they've already had their bye. I mean, I don't know if they can maintain it. We'll see. I still expect the Lions to come back and win this division, but we'll see. I guess not
Lions
come back at this point.
Yeah,
They're
no,
solidly winning it.
I think, Lions will probably still win it. It's just one of those things where I'm surprised the Bears are doing this well this late in the season.
Now, do you think the Bears end the season with a winning record?
After seeing that schedule, no.
Yeah, man. They got to win 3 more games to get a winning record. And I can easily see them not winning. Like, sure, they'll beat the Browns. Maybe they'll beat the Niners. But that's only 2 games. Like, maybe they'll beat the Steelers.
They might pull this. They might pull. They'll probably pull the Vikings. Actually, they actually might, because I can see them pulling the Vikings, the Browns, and possibly the 49ers, just because the 49ers defense is on injured reserve.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe.
I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, because at this point, especially because San Francisco, they don't play San Francisco till almost the second to last week of the season. By that point, San Francisco's defense could be like Detroit's last year, where they're just pulling dudes out of the stands to come play defense.
Right. I mean,
that was so bad.
Yeah. I mean, they're at Minnesota, and Minnesota's 3.5 point favorites. So I don't know.
But Minnesota also doesn't have a quarterback.
That's fair.
Like, J.J. McCarthy has looked just like a deer in headlights. Carson Wentz has just been destroyed. Yeah, Carson Wentz is done. Like, they don't have a quarterback. Their running backs are all hurt. I don't know, man. It's almost weird. It feels like Minnesota should have re-signed Sam Darnold or something.
No, this is Max Brosmer's time to shine, man.
Hell yeah, dude. You're not holding out for no Cam Akers. Huh?
Go get him, practice squad.
Moving on to the NFC South with the 3-6 Falcons, the 6-3 Buccaneers, the 3-7 Saints, and the 5-5 Panthers. Screw you, Panthers. Okay.
You know what? I bet the Panthers finish the season at 500 or at 500.
They're going to pick up the Colts record.
Hey, you know what, though? For as bad as they've been the last couple of years, that's great for them, man.
Oh, yeah. They were like 3 wins last season or something like that. It was awful.
Yeah, I think the Carolina Panthers are honestly my most surprising team of the NFL. Like,
actually, now that I say that, after looking at their schedule, no, I don't. Never mind.
Yeah.
So here's the remaining schedule. They play at San Francisco, the Rams, the Saints, the Buccaneers, the Seahawks, the Buccaneers. They're not finishing 500.
But hey, man, they got a bye week 14. That's really going to help out, don't you think?
Yeah, but
Why?
that's a buzzsaw of the last half of the season. That's brutal, man. Oof.
On the plus side, though, they come off the bye against the Saints, so that's like
Yeah.
just handing them a victory.
That's like a double
But
bye, right?
yeah, right. But you know what? I've enjoyed watching them play. They've been a fun team to watch. They really have.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching them play. Like they've been the most fun team in this, and really, honestly, probably the entire NFL for me to watch. Like fun wise, like I just enjoyed watching them.
All right, I got to throw it out here. Stop putting bye weeks on week 14. It doesn't help anybody. At
All right.
that point in the season, it's over.
Well, we play a little devil's advocate here, right? You've got 4 games left after the bye week,
Yes.
right? Which is technically a quarter of the season. So, like, a week 14 bye is essentially the same as a week 5 bye, right? So it's just on the other side of the season. So if you don't do them in week 14, then you shouldn't do them in week 5.
I agree with that as well. Because again, the teams
Week
that
5
have
does feel a little early for a bye.
yes, because the teams that have the week 5 bye, by time it's like week 16, they're like, fuck this game.
I mean, that's fair. We had a week 9 bye this year, which is like absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
But we have a shit schedule outside of that. So we deserved a perfect bye week.
Right. Yeah, week 14 does seem a little bit late, but I think like weeks like 7 through 11 are the perfect bye weeks.
Correct. Agreed. Moving into the NFC West with the 7-2 Rams, the 6-4 49ers, the 3-6 Cardinals, and the 7-2 Seahawks. The Cardinals being the black sheep of this family with a losing record.
That's pretty standard though.
Yeah.
Which I feel bad because I like the Cardinals. Like it's one of the I don't know what it is about that organization where I like them even though they're always like one of the worst teams in the league, and I don't know why.
It's because you still see the ghost of Larry Fitzgerald running around in that jersey.
That's
I
fair.
think it's because I just see the ghost of Kurt Warner running around in that jersey too, and like taking them to the playoffs, and they were a competent team. I don't know.
Kurt Warner carrying them to the Super Bowl on his back.
Hey, that was a good team, man. Still say they should have won that game, but that pass to Santonio Holmes in the corner was just an absolute perfect pass.
Yep.
But anyway, back to the modern day. This division, I think, is the best for this season. This is the best division in the NFL this year, honestly.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Seattle is surprisingly good. I mean, Sam Darnold's another one of those quarterbacks that it's like, where did you come from? And I know he was good last year, but I didn't expect it to fall into a third team. Why do people keep getting rid of him?
And the thing I'll give him a bit more over Daniel Jones this season is they don't have a good running game in Seattle like Indy does.
Yeah.
Like Kenneth Walker is not isn't even like he's not half the running back that Jonathan Taylor is. So it's more on Sam Darnold to lead that team than it is Daniel Jones to lead the Colts. So I'll give him props so far. I mean, if he can continue it and doesn't shrink in the playoffs and in the big games, then I mean, we could see Seattle go back to the playoffs and go back to the Super Bowl possibly. I mean, LA's been fantastic this year too. Yeah. I think right now the favorites in the NFC is Philly with LA is number 2 right now. Is the Vegas favorites. And then Seattle's number 3.
My mind, I just cannot wrap my mind around the concept of Sam Darnold being a decent quarterback. It doesn't fit.
It's the same with Daniel Jones at this point. But at the same time, it's like there's all these people coming out saying that, people owe apologies to like Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. Like, no, we don't. They didn't do anything until like a year or two. Like Daniel Jones came out of nowhere. Sam Darnold came out of nowhere. It's like, we don't owe apologies because he didn't show anything before.
See, that's the difference, though. I don't feel Daniel Jones. I didn't care about Daniel Jones before he was a Colt. So that is a lot easier for me to accept that he was a good player the whole time. Sam Darnold, I have a very strong opinion of before he was a Seahawk.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, yeah, Daniel Jones won a playoff game in New York. I'll give him credit for it, but it's like, he still wasn't, I mean, he still was just okay at best. He was never a good quarterback. He was but he was never
he
good.
was meh.
Like, I mean, it just, I don't know. It's just one of those things where we've seen guys, and like I said, sometimes guys just take a little bit longer to develop in the NFL, but because it's the NFL, you don't get that time to develop. You never will. You're never going to get 7 years to develop. It's just not going to happen.
Or the Giants are an awful team.
Well, also with Sam Darnold, I mean, he went to the Jets. So that was part of your issue
That's
too.
true.
He got drafted to the Jets.
That is also true. So just
So
New Jersey. Don't go to New Jersey.
Right. Well, and think about this. At one point, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield were both on the Panthers at the same time. And they let both of those guys go.
That's crazy.
And Darnold went to Minnesota, and Baker Mayfield went to Tampa.
That's crazy.
And the very next year, both of them balled out.
I am going to say, though, I'm hardcore rooting for the Rams to win this division because the Eagles own the tiebreaker over the Rams. So I'm hoping for that first round bye.
I want the Bizarro Eagles to win.
Oh, Seahawks?
I do.
I just want to see. I want to see a showdown in the NFC between the Eagles and the Bizarro Eagles.
Yeah. One of my favorite games of all time was when Mike Holmgren was coach of the Seahawks and Andy Reid was the coach of the. Oh, I'm sorry. You hear me now? Yeah. Mike Holmgren was the coach of the Seahawks. Andy Reid was the coach of the Eagles. And they played off. It was so great. It was the Walrus Bowl. It's like the Eagles versus the Bizarro Eagles.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I just that's kind of what I want to see. I mean, it'd be cool to see either the Rams or Seahawks. To be honest, like both of them are just so good, and Philly's getting better, especially with the additions to their defense now.
Yeah,
like if they can continue with it, it's going to be a very interesting last half of the season, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, I mean, there's some just teams that now are getting healthy and we're get better. Like Kansas City's on their way back. Their team is healthy. They're coming off the bye now too. So, I mean, both of the West divisions are just dangerous and you're going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Closing out the segment, I just want to say I remember that game where every time they did a close-up shot of one of the coaches. Just everyone went muff. But that brings us into Geeks and Greeks news. The first story on the docket is the Giants have fired Brian Daboll, and all I can say is this is an appropriate amount of time to give a coach before you fire him. He was the coach for 4 years? Yeah, 4 seasons.
4th year.
And then they fired him when they were 2-8. Yeah, I think you've given him enough latitude. And the only winning season he had was the first year you hired him, and when he went 9-7. And it has been downhill since then. So yes, well done, Giants. The only proper thing you've done in a long time.
And that was his first year was Daniel Jones's rookie season.
Yes, it was.
Because they brought him in when they drafted Daniel Jones. And he was brought in because he was in Buffalo first. He was the quarterback's coach, and he was the one that worked with Josh Allen and turned Josh Allen around.
Yeah.
And so he's the one that got Josh Allen running more in Buffalo and kind of made him the more running quarterback that he became. Because when he first got drafted, he didn't run that much. And Daboll got him running more.
Yeah,
And then he also sorry. I was going to say he got Daniel Jones running more, which got Jones hurt and got his ACL torn.
Right.
And now also in Jackson Dart's 6 starts he had in the NFL, he's had 4 concussions.
Oh, I counted it up. It's
So-
7. 7 starts.
Okay, 7. So he had 7 starts, 4 concussions. It's like he likes to get the white quarterbacks just out and injured and just running.
Might as well just leave your helmet at home. But like, I did hear that apparently his job was dependent on Jackson Dart getting hurt. And when the concussion turned out to be bad enough that he was missing a game, that's why he got fired. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I did hear a rumor that it was all about the fact that it's like, you can't keep your quarterbacks healthy. We're getting someone who can.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad that Dart can run because, I mean, he is mobile enough to do it, but it's like, you can't rely on it, man.
Yeah.
So and it didn't help that both Neighbors and Scadaboo had also gotten hurt this year, too. Which
Right.
the Neighbors one was the MetLife monster taking him out. That wasn't his fault, I don't think. Scadaboo, obviously, I don't think was his fault, though, either. But I think the Dart one can be more attributed to Daboll's game plan.
Yeah, I mean, or the offensive line probably be a part of it too.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, yeah.
honestly, I think Scadaboo was just a ticking time bomb just because the way he aggressively hits people when he runs the ball, it was just a
Yeah.
matter of time before he got hurt.
Yeah. You just didn't expect him to completely twist his ankle the other direction.
Yeah,
that hurt. That
twisted his
That
foot
wasn't
off his body.
I don't think that was the injury you were expecting him to
No.
get.
It was such a freak accident too, because like it's one of those things where it's like, damn, I don't think that happens if he's not wearing cleats.
no.
Like, because it's like his foot planted and then his body twist is really what happened, you know, and then all
Yeah.
that weight was on it, and the cleats are digging into the dirt. If he was wearing like basketball shoes, his foot would have just spun on his heel and everything would have been fine.
I also don't think that injury happens if you're playing on grass.
No, but that's
If
fair.
you're not playing on turf, I bet the grass releases and the dirt and grass just come out and his foot just turns.
Yep.
I mean, he probably still gets a rolled ankle in all of these scenarios. But
Yeah, he might.
better
I mean,
than what
he might
got.
get he might get a high ankle sprain, but he's
Right.
not like twisting his ankle the other direction.
Yeah.
Dislocated. Oh.
Yeah, he's not out for the entire season. He's out for like a couple weeks and back later in the year.
But moving on to our final story of the news section, the Cleveland Guardians pitchers have been indicted. Emmanuel Clause and Luis
Classe.
Glace? Sure.
Classe.
And Luis Ortiz are being indicted on federal charges of fraud, conspiracy, and bribery.
Allegedly.
Starting on May of 2023, 2 Cleveland Guardian pitchers would provide a third party with advanced information about the pitches that would be in exchange for payments.
So this was interesting because I've actually been kind of reading up on this, and it's funny because it was always the same pit, at least with Classe. So this is specifically with Classe. There's not as much information out right now with Ortiz, but with Classe, it was always the same prop bet every single time. It was always the first pitch was going to be a ball.
Oh,
Every
Yeah.
single one, and it was going to be off speed. It
Yeah.
was always going to be an off-speed ball, and it's pretty much everything to what it was. And honestly, and it's funny because when they were talking about it and when I was reading into it over the like 2 years that they were doing it, when it comes to like fixing, betting and fixing, it was more of a smaller amount. Like when you consider how much they could have won and gotten, it was about 450,000, which when you look at like today's like money and stuff like that, that's not a ton of money because it was most of the bets were like 150, $200. They were small amounts
Yeah.
just over a long period of time.
Yeah.
The biggest problem was that he left a paper trail because he would text them every time he'd
What an
do it.
idiot. What an idiot. No, but you know what? Lenny Dykstra got pulled down because he didn't delete his Yahoo email. So I guess baseball players just don't get good tech. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's so funny because it's like you say these numbers, and of course, to normal people, that sounds amazing. That's like 4 years worth of salary for 'em. Like that'd be fantastic. But it's like, you know, it feels like it would be small enough it would go unnoticed for years, and like it had to be the amount of bets, and the frequency that it was correct. I'm sure. But like with the small of numbers that it was, how much you want to bet they had to have AI figure this out for them? And like AI was like, "Oh, we're flagging this because this keeps happening," and they're like, it's $100. Who cares?" And all of a sudden, at the end of the season, they're like, "Oh shit, it's 400 and some dollars." Like
Yeah. Right. Well, because he did it over, I think it was like 2 years or something like that. And
Yeah.
it sucks because like Class A's career is done, and he was the best closer in baseball.
yeah,
He was number one, and maybe you can argue number two, but he was like one of, if not the best closer in baseball. He was set to make, I think it was like 6 or 7 mil this year, 8 to 9 next year, and like 10 or 11 the year after that. And he threw it away. 450,000 over 2 years.
yeah,
Like, and it's like, it's like, why? Like, I get, like, it's just like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Maybe there's probably more going on than we know right now, but it's just like, you're making these millions of dollars for this, but it's just like, I don't understand, man. It sucks because, like, and it sucks even more because I'm a Guardians fan. So it's
yeah,
like, we had the best closer in baseball, and he was young. It wasn't as if he was like in his like, mid to late 30s or anything. Dude was like 25. He's super young. And his career is completely done.
yep,
I mean,
yeah.
it's cool because now Japan's going to get probably one of the greatest closers or pitchers they've ever seen. But, he's done in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, and I mean for life too. I mean, like not for nothing, but
Yeah,
Pete Rose,
absolutely.
they kept Pete Rose out of the hall until he died.
Yeah. He's forever blacklisted from Major League Baseball. Same with Ortiz. And I
Yeah,
guess with Ortiz, apparently he like had just started doing it. Like apparently he was like brand new to it. Like he hadn't done it that long at all. He was one of those guys like they liken it to like, how you show up at the party at like 11:30 and the cops crash you at 11:45. Yeah, that was Ortiz.
sounds about right. Sounds
So
about right. He shouldn't go to Japan though. He should go to Korea because that way when he wins, he gets a fucking sword.
they did say something about the KBO, which is the Korean League.
Yeah, their Korean National League, their championship trophy is a fucking sword, and it's not like a sword mounted to a plaque. Like it is an actual sword they give you.
I'm surprised Japan doesn't do that, to be honest with you.
I kind of am too, but either way, I think all sports should adopt it. This is the best thing ever.
I mean, we're in the U.S., so we're going to adopt something like that. You're going to get a Glock.
I know, and that's unfortunate because it's just not as cool as a sword.
It's not, but nobody cares about a sword here. It's just not part of our culture.
Part of my culture. I'm here.
Championship
not.
game sponsored by
Swords hanging on my
Walther.
wall, man.
Yeah, but it's not part of U.S. culture. We didn't.
Part of my
We didn't-
culture is what I said. I'm here. I'm part of the U.S. I'm part of U.S. culture.
If anything, part of your culture is going to be a hammer.
That would be
Hammer?
hilarious
Oh, for
if you
Thor?
could get Walther to
Yeah.
sponsor the championship game.
Yeah, who?
Walther, the handgun company.
Oh,
No,
For
okay.
Britain. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
but-
get you.
Pete's not our
But-
2A guy. Don't worry about it.
Pete, what is your wrestling thought for the week?
Sir, so I have finally been catching up with wrestling. I'm not all the way caught up. I have so many congratulations, so just bear with me here a sec. Jade Cargill winning the SmackDown Women's Championship. Blake Monroe winning the NXT North American Championship. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are now tag team champions. CM Punk won the World Heavyweight Championship. And last and my favorite, Tatum Paxley is the new NXT Women's World Champion. It has been, I would say, a changing the guard over the last 3 weeks of wrestling for sure. A lot of belts have switched hands. And congratulations to all our new champions. And things are getting interesting, and I'm still like 3 episodes behind. So I hope to catch up someday. At least I got closer on the bye week.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to Travis Hunter, who just underwent season-ending knee surgery. Hope he recovers well, and hope to see him back next season. And Brian Kelly, I hope your lawsuit against LSU comes out in your favor. Good luck, man.
All right. So first off, I want to say congratulations to Alex Ovechkin on being the first player ever in NHL history to reach 900 career goals in the NHL.
Hey.
And then I want to say, secondly, to Nico Harrison, fuck you and congratulations on finally getting fired as being the Mavericks general manager and completely screwing over that franchise for trading Luka Doncic. And on the final note, that's it for today, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Geeks and Greeks podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Geeks and Greeks. Until next time, may the coin toss of life ever be in your favor. Later, guys.
See ya.
Peace.